1 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has called for resolving the Kashmir dispute according to the wishes of the Kashmiri people and the UN Security Council resolutions. The Foreign Minister has demanded access to international observers to occupied Kashmir to assess the situation. In occupied Kashmir, brute Indian troops are not even sparing the children by detaining and torturing them in their raids. In Afghanistan, several civilians were killed in an airstrike in Helmand province. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has called for resolving the Kashmir dispute according to the wishes of the Kashmiri people and the United Nations Security Council resolutions and immediate lifting of curfew and other restrictions in occupied Kashmir. He was talking to a delegation of Kashmiri leaders from both the sides of the line of control, led by Dr. Ghulam Nabi Fai in New York. Imran Khan said he will continue to highlight the Kashmir issue at every forum and fulfill his promise of being the ambassador of Kashmir. The Prime Minister shared his serious concern over the continuing lockdown in occupied Kashmir since 5th of August and the dire human rights and humanitarian situation resulting from it. Prime Minister Imran Khan has said a humanitarian tragedy is being witnessed in occupied Kashmir due to Indian lockdown in the valley. Talking to American Senator Lindsey Graham in New York, he said Indian steps are a clear threat to regional peace and stability. The Prime Minister said the United States can play a positive role in resolving the lingering Kashmir dispute. He also appreciated the role played by Graham in promoting Pak-US relations. Commenting on the Afghan issue, the Prime Minister said Pakistan wants peace in Afghanistan and expressed the hope that Afghan peace process will restart soon. Senator Lindsey Graham appreciated Pakistan's support for the peace and reconciliation process in Afghanistan. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has emphasized on the resolution of bilateral disputes in South Asia for durable peace and stability in the region. Talking to the president of the International Crisis Group, Robert Malley, in New York, he said the Indian government has made 8 million Kashmiris hostage by clamping the worst curfew in occupied Kashmir. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said the situation is so dire that the Kashmiris have no access to essential commodities, including food and medicines. He said the international media and human rights organizations are exposing the Indian oppression in the occupied valley. Talking to the media along with Kashmiri leaders in New York, the Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi said the Indian attempts to hoodwink the international community on the situation in occupied Kashmir will not succeed. The Foreign Minister said India is lying and misleading the world about the state of affairs in occupied Kashmir. The Foreign Minister demanded that India should immediately lift the curfew and let the international observers visit the area to assess the real situation in the held valley. A large number of people held demonstration outside the stadium in Houston during an address by the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Kashmiris, Sikhs, Dalits, and human rights activists raised full-throat slogans, "Go Modi, go." They also raised slogans in support of the liberation of Kashmir and demanded an end to these atrocities in occupied Kashmir. The Federal Minister for Kashmir Affairs, Ali Amin Gandapur, also participated in the protest. Speaking on the occasion, he urged the international community to play its role in stopping the Indian brutalities in occupied Kashmir. A large number of people held demonstration elsewhere in the world. The Special Assistant on Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan, has said the Modi government is challenging the regional peace and stability by insulting humanity in occupied Kashmir. She was addressing a conference titled Kashmir Outcry, Unwrapping Humanitarian Crisis in the Region in Islamabad today. Firdaus Ashikawan urged the international community to come forward and play its role for implementation of the United Nations Security Council resolutions on the festering Kashmir dispute. In occupied Kashmir, the brute Indian forces are not even sparing the children by detaining and torturing them in their raids. Talking to BBC, 17 Kashmiri families said the Indian forces conduct raids in different places in the valley and take the children away, keep them in detention centers, and maim and wound them. They appeal the international community to come forward and save the lives of their innocent children being detained by savage Indian forces. They said their children are kept in different jails where they are tortured. The parents said they are not allowed to meet the children. In Afghanistan, several civilians, mostly women and children, were killed after an airstrike struck a house where a wedding ceremony was underway in Helmand province. According to media reports, the airstrike was carried at night. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.